I think we've got to recognise that the pressure on our NHS, on our hospitals, is going to be considerable in the course of the next couple of weeks and maybe more, because there's no question that Omicron continues to surge through the country. There's a couple of important points. It is plainly milder than previous variants, but we're also in a different position. We've got Plan B in place. People should never forget that. We've got the measures that we're using, making people wear masks on public transport, in confined places where you're meeting people you don't normally meet. Those types of restriction, working from home if you can. But we're also continuing the massive booster rollout, which you can see happening here in Aylesbury today. And not just the booster rollout, but the vaccination programme for those who haven't yet even had their first or second vaccination. I just want to make a crucial point to people who are thinking about getting their booster. There are still quite a lot of people who have had 2 jabs but haven't had the third. A third jab really does make a big difference. There are 2 million slots just this week to get your booster, so get boosted now. It can make all the difference in the world. The majority of people who are in ICU, sadly, have not been vaccinated, and certainly the vast majority, about 90%, have not been boosted. I think the way forward for the country as a whole is to continue with the path that we're on. We'll keep everything under review. Of course, we keep all measures under review, but the mixture of things that we're doing at the moment is, I think, the right one. So, number one, continue with Plan B. Make sure that people take it seriously, do what we can to stop the spread, use the Plan B measures, work from home if you can, wear a mask on public transport, be sensible about, take a test before going out to meet people you don't normally meet, think about the requirements under Plan B, but also get the booster. And I think that's the difference between the UK and so much of the rest of Europe and perhaps the rest of the world. We have a very high level of vaccination now, and we need to continue very fast to build up those defences and that protection in the population. About almost 34 million people, 33.9 million people across the UK have had a booster. Amongst the 70 to 75 group, you're looking at over 90% of people have had it. Huge numbers, I think 76% of adults. 76% of adults. So everybody who's thinking about it, get a booster, and you're joining the vast majority. I think that the UK is in a much stronger position than this time last year, and there's no doubt at all. And that is basically because of science and because of vaccination. And my view is that Omicron is, and it seems to be borne out by all the evidence, Omicron is much milder, considerably milder than previous variants, and we're much more boosted. So our position is far better. But I think this is what I would say to everybody, looking at the pressures on the NHS in the next couple of weeks, and maybe longer, looking at the numbers of people who are going to be going into hospital, it would be absolute folly to say that this thing is all over now, bar the shouting. We've got to remain cautious. We've got to stick with Plan B. We've got to get boosted.